Today I'm back with another video. I may start trying to do daily uploads, which would be really cool to achieve because I feel like that's the best way to present content, and a lot of people like that. Today I'm starting the first video of my tutorial series. I'm going to do this one on a scooter. It's how to... I'll do 180, 360, and bar spin. So I will see you outside. Alright guys, so as you can tell, we're outside now. I'm gonna be doing this tutorial on flat ground because in my opinion, for me, that's where it's easiest to do all of these tricks. So you can feel free to learn it on any obstacle that you wish. This tutorial will still apply to you perfectly because I'm not really going to be doing anything that you have to do on flat. I'm going to start off, I'm going to go on the tricks that are, in my opinion, the easiest to the tricks that I believe are the hardest in this tutorial. These are all basic tricks. These are the 180, the 360, and the bar spin. So these are some of the first tricks that you'll be learning. So I'll get started. Alright guys, so I'm going to be beginning with the 180. If you don't know what a 180 is, it is basically where you rotate on your scooter 180 degrees and land backwards. And you could turn around, or you could do it on a ramp and come back down. So the first thing I'm going to do is show you one. Okay, so the first thing that I recommend trying any trick, except for like a flare, is basically you gotta just try it. Your first 180s, most likely you're not gonna rotate all the way, and you might do something like this, which is fine. That's expected. One of my favorite ways to fix that is use a ramp. So I like to have people start off on a ramp. If you don't have a ramp, you could find an incline on your driveway somewhere, I'm sure, or an incline somewhere. So whenever you find one, this could be your place to try 180s first. Reason being is you don't have to rotate all the way in order to land backwards. So what you can do is you can just go up, do a 180, and even if you only rotate this much, you could still come back down the ramp. So I'll give an example. So basically, you just want to hop as high as you can. You need to turn your shoulders over your head. Try to look back. At the same time, you want to use your feet and kind of turn your scooter around. And a lot of the power is going to be coming from your arms, whipping the handlebars this way. So you can get around more. So like... Yeah, and then the thing about doing it on flat ground is that you're going to be landing and rolling backwards. That's the only difference from on a ramp. So to practice that, you can find your incline again. You could start off when you're rolling backwards by doing little hops like this. That's probably how you'll naturally do it at first because it'll just be easier to correct your bonds, but eventually it'll evolve to being something like this. And then you can figure out any way to turn around. This can also be practiced. You can do another 180 like this, or you can come backwards and you turn your handlebars this way. So your wheel rotates on an axis like this. Let it go like that. turn your handlebars back the other way so your wheel faces forward again, and roll out of it. So that'll look like this. Yeah, so those are the basic steps towards learning a 180. A few things that people do wrong is basically just not spinning enough. And if your feet come off, you gotta remember it's like a bunny hop. You have to hold your hands up and pull them tight to your shoes so you don't end up going like this, like jumping off it. You really need to pull the scooter up with you when you jump. So, these are the basic steps to 180s. If you happen to watch this video and you're still not getting it, you can leave a comment. I check my YouTube channel basically every day, so I will reply definitely. So here's the 360 tutorial. Okay guys, so once learning the 180, the 360, usually people try to learn it next, but it's gonna take you a while because it is another whole turn and it has a completely different feel in my opinion. So, I mean, the obvious things is you have to throw your arms harder, throw your head harder, and just to get all the way around. It's a 360-degree spin. So I could demonstrate one. So basically, there's a few steps that I took to learning this. The first one was really kind of just 180ing. I'm throwing it a little bit harder, and I would kind of just bail out. You know, probably land it with 1 foot a lot of times. Because it's a little bit confusing when you first try to do it. You'll feel like you're spinning super fast and your feet won't know what to do. And it might look like this. Which is completely fine because that's easy to fix. You just gotta remember, as with the 180, the most important part is pulling with your arms up to make sure your feet stay attached to the scooter. Like, cause you don't do a bunny hop like that. You know, you gotta pull it up and like get off the ground. So that's really applies to the 360 as well. Another thing I did to help me was it was kind of hard to get the full rotation. And in between a 180 and a 360 is a 270, so it's 3/4 of a spin. But it's weird landing sideways, so what I do to practice them, you usually wouldn't do it on something this steep. What you could basically do is 270 and then land so you're going down a slope, so you won't, you know, like, you'll be able to roll away cleanly. I could try to do it on this. It's kind of weird though. Yeah, like that. So that's like 3/4 of a spin, right? And then after that, you're going to be trying it on the ground and probably only be able to get around the 270 and you'll look like this. Which I guess you could count as something like that as your first 360, but a way to fix that, what I simply did was I leaned back more, and this is kind of still what I do now. I want to land kind of on your back wheel, so then you'll finish the pivot around just from your spinning momentum. You can even use the brake at first if you want. So like, as opposed to going like this, you can go like this. You know, use your back wheel to finish the rotation more cleanly. And as you progress on with this trick, you know, you'll be able to spin more and more and have to have less pivot and carve. That's another thing. At the beginning, you want to turn your handlebars a little bit this way so you can carve into it, kind of. Yeah, and it'll make it easier. Some people prefer learning this on a ramp. I didn't, because I could, for a really long time, only do them on flat and not be able to do them off or onto anything. And I still don't like doing it now, really. I do it more, though. And then, yeah, that's basically the whole thing. This one is really important just to practice. You really got to put all your energy into that spin and like kind of tucking rotation. So yeah, the main one with that is practice again. I don't really know everything. Everyone does their own thing wrong. Okay, so whatever you have wrong, feel free to leave it in the comments. I check my channel every day, and I will be sure to reply with some help. Okay, so the last trick for today is the bar spin, and it's basically where you jump in the air and your handlebars do a 360-degree spin like this. So I'll demonstrate one. Okay, so with the bar spin, there's no spinning involved, so it's gonna have a similar feel to just your average bunny hop, which hopefully you know how to do if you're watching this. And if you don't know how to, I'm sure you'll go out there and do it first try. You just jump and pull your handlebars out. It's really just like jumping normally. So the bar spin motion is kind of counterintuitive. You really mostly only use one hand. So you have both hands on the scooter, right? You gotta kind of figure out just by doing this which way you want to throw it, whether it's towards your heels or your toes, because it could be either way. You need to do is you gotta take off. Usually, for me, it's my non-dominant hand. You're basically going to be taking that off and leaving it on the side. And your dominant hand is going to be turning the handlebars this way until they're at around 3/4 of the way. And you're basically going to be letting go with this hand and passing it onto your other hand and flipping it back, your hand back over and catching. So like that. Like it's almost like you're throwing it, but your hand goes a little bit further to throw it. Like that. And do it both ways just to figure out which you're more comfortable with. Obviously, I like this side better. You want to get it about, before you learn it, it's probably, you want it to be about this fast, which you could do in a bunny hop. Eventually, you'll get it much faster. Like, you'll be able to just whip it around, and you can do it in combos. But yeah, the only other thing is, in my opinion, it's easiest if you hop and almost throw the bar spin like late in the air, because I think if you do it like right when you're bunny hopping, right when you get up, it's kind of easy to like disorient yourself. So I like to do it like this, when you throw it slightly after you hop, like that. That was a little late for me. I was just emphasizing it so you could see it better. But it's all personal opinion. Yeah, it's really, this trick's about commitment and just staying on it, because it's not much different than a bunny hop once you get this rotation down. There's a drill for it that I've seen in a few other videos where you go like this. Just to make sure that you have the rotation good, you swing it, and at the top you throw a bar spin, just to make sure that you can catch it when it's in the air and stuff, so like this. Yeah, and then you basically just gotta throw it, and you gotta really keep your feet on, and you will be fine. If you land sideways, you just learn it going slow, so you don't fall. A lot of people also like to try this out of ramps, but again, like, I preferred learning it on flat. It felt more comfortable. So yeah, you just gotta kind of do it like this. Yeah, this is another trick that you're gonna have to be practicing a lot, because it takes a lot of repetition to get down, especially with the motion. A lot of them, for the motion, it's kind of hard for people to understand. You can pause it, watch the video in slow motion, whatever you want to do. Just make sure you know that one hand is throwing it, coming around, throwing it, and the other hand catches it, and the other hand comes back on. Like that. So, yeah, that's all 3 tutorials concluded. Again, for this one, have any specific questions? Everybody learns differently. Leave them in the comments. I'll try to help you, because I check my channel every day, and comments are really special to me. So, yeah, thanks for watching this one again. These are the basic tricks. I'll be continuing the series. Probably next one will be like the tail whip, 180 bar spin, you know, that kind of stuff. So that tutorial probably won't be coming out tomorrow because we're supposed to get a huge snowstorm. I'm kind of running out of video ideas, so you can let me know if you want for some ideas, but there's a very, very small chance that I might be able to make a trampoline video tomorrow at the indoor gymnastics place, or maybe today. I don't know if I'm probably not going today though, so only time will tell. Yeah, but thanks for coming back yet again for my second video, which is 2 days in a row I've uploaded, so this is cool. Yeah, thanks, and see you in the next video. Man, I really hate it when I'm on camera and I can't think of an outro. Like, that probably sounded so lame.